not be afraid. Fear belongs to uncertainty, and uncertainty does not live here. You have crossed the boundary where questions are finally answered, not ignored. You lived many years with a body that did not obey you. You learned patience in ways others never had to. But today, we are not here to talk about what your body could not do. We are here to speak about what your heart carried. On earth, people looked at you and decided your story without listening to it. Some called you strong. Some called you unfortunate. Some avoided you because your condition reminded them of their own fragility. But heaven does not begin with what people said about you. It begins with what you believed while you were suffering. Tell me, when your prayers seemed unanswered, when healing did not come, when days turned into years, what did you believe about God?
I believed, and yet I doubted. I trusted, but I also questioned. I prayed as a child. I prayed as a teenager. I prayed as an adult. I prayed in hospitals. I prayed in churches. I prayed alone in the dark. I watched people stand up from wheelchairs on television. I watched testimonies that ended with miracles. And every time, I asked myself quietly, why not me? People told me God had a reason, but no one could explain that reason to a body that ached every morning. Sometimes I felt invisible to heaven, even while believing in heaven. So tell me the truth. Does heaven see people like me differently?
You measured your life by what you could not do. Heaven measured it by how often you returned to God even when you were tired of hoping. Your suffering did not disqualify you. Your questions did not offend God. Your endurance spoke louder than many loud prayers. But before judgment is spoken, your question must be answered fully. And you will not hear it from me alone. God Himself will answer you.
My child, you have asked what many have carried. Silently, you wondered whether suffering placed you at a disadvantage before me. You wondered whether judgment demanded strength you did not have. Listen carefully. I did not judge your life by what your body lacked. I judged it by what your heart chose in the presence of limitation.
Lord, I feared judgment not because I hated you, but because I did not know if I had done enough. I could not serve the way others served. I could not give the way others gave. I could not go where others went. So tell me plainly, am I judged by the same measure as those who were strong?
I do not measure souls with human scales. Scripture says, to whom much is given, much is required. But it also says, I know your frame. I remember that you are dust. Psalm 103:14. I never demanded strength where I gave weakness. I never expected abundance where I assigned endurance. Judgment is not comparison. Judgment is faithfulness within capacity.
Heaven never asked you to run someone else's race.
So my waiting, my patience, my continued faith, they were not wasted.
Nothing surrendered to me is ever wasted. You did not fail me by being disabled. You honored me by trusting while disabled.
Lord, if you knew my pain before I was born, why allow it? I am not accusing you. I am asking because this question followed me everywhere. When people asked about my condition, I had no answer. When children stared, I smiled. When adults pitied me, I pretended I didn't notice. But when I was alone, I asked you, was I created broken, or did I become broken along the way?
You were not an accident. Before your body was formed, your soul was known. Scripture says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Jeremiah 1-5. It does not say, before I perfected you. It says, before I knew you. You were not made to display perfection. You were made to reveal dependence.
But dependence feels like weakness on earth, Lord. People respect strength. They follow confidence. They listen to those who look capable. I felt invisible in a world that celebrates ability.
Heaven celebrates trust. My son once said, my strength is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12-9. Not admired, not assisted, perfected. You were not overlooked because you were weak. You were entrusted with a path that required humility daily.
Many walked past pride and never noticed it. You encountered humility every morning.
So my life wasn't punishment.
No, suffering is not proof of rejection. Sometimes it is proof of assignment.
Lord, even knowing this, I still feared judgment. I feared that when my life was reviewed, all that would be seen were things I could not do. I couldn't travel far. I couldn't labor long. I couldn't keep up. So when my time ended, I wondered if heaven required more than I had.
Heaven never demanded more than obedience. My judgment does not begin with activity. It begins with intention. I do not ask, how much did you do? I ask, how much did you love with what you had?
And what if my faith wavered?
Faith that struggles is still faith. My word says, a bruised reed I will not break. Isaiah 42:3. You bent, but you did not abandon me.
Many strong bodies carried weak souls. You carried a soul that kept returning.
So, where do the disabled go after they die?
They go where all who trust me go, to the place prepared for faith, not physical perfection.
Lord, may I speak honestly. All my life, I compared myself to others. They moved freely. They worked without limits. They spoke with confidence. I watched people my age run ahead, careers, families, ministries. And I wondered if I was falling behind you.
Comparison is an earthly scale. It measures distance, not direction. Two travelers may walk different speeds, yet arrive by obedience, not pace.
But they accomplish more.
They produce more, but fruit is not measured by volume alone. My son once watched many give much, and one give little. He said the little was greater. Mark 12:41-44.
Heaven weighs the heart, not the harvest.
Sometimes, I envied them. I envied their freedom.
And some envied your peace. Many ran without restraint, but never slowed to listen. You were forced to pause, and in those pauses, you heard me.
So my limitations weren't delays.
They were directions.
Lord, may I ask about injustice? People mocked me. Some ignored me. Some used me as an example of what they feared becoming. Others spoke about you, but walked past me.
I saw, and I recorded every moment.
Then why did it continue?
Because judgment does not always arrive immediately. My word says, vengeance is mine, I will repay. Romans 12:19. Earth rewards speed and strength. Heaven corrects injustice completely.
What was overlooked below is examined fully here.
So those who hurt me,
They will answer, not for your disability, but for their lack of love. Did they feed the hungry? Did they notice the forgotten? Did they honor the least? My son said, whatever you did to the least of these, you did to me. Matthew 25 minutes and 40 seconds.
then my pain wasn't ignored.
No tear fell unnoticed. Every injustice you endured was held for this moment. You have asked where the disabled go after death. You have asked if weakness disqualifies. Now hear heaven's answer.
I am listening, Lord.
My kingdom was never built on physical strength. Flesh fades. My word says, all flesh is like grass. But the word of the Lord endures forever. 1 Peter 1:24-25.
What endures is obedience, faith, humility, and love.
You were not judged by what your body could not do, but by what your heart chose to do. You believed, you endured, you trusted me when answers were slow.
So my disability did not limit my destiny.
It refined it. My strength is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. You were not behind. You were not forgotten. You were not incomplete. You were prepared.
Then what is my place now?
Where all who belong to me stand. Whole.
Lord, I feel free now.
This is not healing. This is restoration.
I told you in my kingdom, nothing broken remains broken. I wipe away every tear. Revelation 21:4.
Lord, what of those still on earth? Those who are disabled, afraid, wondering where they belong.
Let them hear this truth. Disability is not rejection. Weakness is not abandonment. No body limits the soul that trusts me. Do not measure yourself by earth's standards. The kingdom belongs to the humble, to the trusting, to those who endure. If this message has spoken to you, if it has brought understanding, comfort, or truth, do not keep it to yourself. Share it. Let others hear. And if you seek more truth like this, stay, subscribe, walk this journey of understanding with us.